Welcome to the ABCs of Preschool, the show that covers all things from parenting to childcare. And we're going to get real about how not just to survive, but thrive in the early years. I'm your host, Miss Amber. I'm a mom of five and early childhood expert with over 25 years in the industry. Whether you're a parent, an educator, or just curious about early childhood education, this podcast is for you. Each week, we're going to dive into what life looks like raising little ones with special guests, industry experts, and personal stories that will leave you inspired and empowered. Get ready to explore, imagine, and discover the beautifully messy that comes with these magical years. Buckle up, because thriving during the early years is a wild and rewarding ride. Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. My name is Miss Amber. I'm the host of the ABCs of Preschool podcast. It's almost time for school. It's almost time for a new year. We are at the back to school mark for a lot of you amazing educators. So this episode is just dedicated to you. It's back to school joy for you educators, whether you're an elementary teacher, preschool teacher, junior high, or high school. I know our show focuses on preschool, but I just want to shout out to all the educators out there because summer break is coming to an end. Your time off is coming to an end, but it's like so exciting. I almost feel like as an educator for all these years, it's back to school is almost more exciting. I would say it is actually more exciting than the new year because our year, in my mind, always starts August through May. And I don't know if you feel like that too, if you're an educator, but for me, it's like the beginning of a new year. It's you're turning a new chapter and you've got new kiddos coming in, you've got new students coming in, you might have some new coworkers that you're going to maybe make friends with. So it's just new. There's a lot of joy, there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of excitement. So, at the end of the year, everybody's exhausted, right? So that chapter is over. Last year is done. The school year 2024-2025, we're ready to say hello to the new school year. So there's so much enthusiasm. I know for me, it's like, okay, how's the classrooms going to look like? What are we going to buy? What's the new things we're going to buy? We're going to move things around. And there's just so much prep. Like it was Sunday yesterday, and I was at one of the schools with my regional. Amazing shout out to Miss Shauna, my amazing regional director. We were at one of the schools just kind of going through everything, and there's just an excitement. And there's something magical about that first day when everybody's coming with their little ones, they're taking photos, and all the little kids have their little backpacks and they're excited. So this episode, I just want to pump you guys up. Are you ready? Are you excited for the new year? I hope that you're rested. If you're not quite rested yet, maybe on the weekends you can sit and watch Netflix all day. I know there's days where I just have to lay on my couch. I have to veg completely and I just watch TV because I feel like that is almost the only way I can turn my mind off is watching TV up. So I hope that you're getting rested, but let's pump you up for a new year. What do you want that year to look like? How do you want to feel this year? This is a great time to look at everything because just as you're getting excited for your new little ones to come in, your new students to come in, it's a really great time to focus inwards too of what do you want to happen this year. I think it's really a great time to sit down and write some personal goals. A lot of times when I hand out my staff handbook for my staff, in it is a section for goals, whether people really think about it or not. But I think it's a really great time to think about how do I want this year to look for my class? How do I want to be an amazing, better teacher for my students? How do I want to be as a person with my coworkers? How do I want to be as a person in general? It's just a really great, like last year at this time, because again, I look at the new year is August. Last year, I did a lot of like medical testing. I had a really rough year last spring of 2023. I went through a lot of testing, thinking my cancer was back. It was really a dark time, way darker than I talk about because, again, on social media and being out there, who wants to air our dirty laundry, right? But it was a very, very dark time. So I went through a ton of testing in August, the most testing I've ever gone through. And a lot of health things came back. And so beginning of last school year, I created business goals, career goals, but I also set some personal health goals. And I was tired of just being sick. I was tired of being tired. And I was tired of always worrying. I had a story, I had a loop within me that I'm just this sick girl and I'm the girl that gets cancer and has brain surgery and I just get weird things. I freaking threw that story out the window and started to change it. And I became a walker and I started focusing on blue zones. So, as you approach this new school year, I want to encourage you as educators to look inwards to yourself. And you're such nurturers to your kids. Educators, oh my goodness, you guys, freaking love you. And hopefully, the parents of your kids love you because I don't think people realize, unless you're in education, how much love you have to give and how much of a nurturer you are that you give and give and give and give and give to your students and to your families and to their parents. But I want to encourage you this year, this new school year, this new 2024, 2025, it's time to give to you. I really want you to try to give to you as well because now when I think back, it has been an extraordinary year for me health wise. I started to walk. I researched the blue zones, and maybe my next episode will be about the blue zones because it really opened my eyes. I became a walker. I told myself over and over, I am strong and healthy. I'm strong and healthy. I am strong and healthy. And I found out I had a gluten allergy. I took gluten out. It'll be coming up to a year that I have taken gluten out, probably just a few times that it accidentally got in my system. I have never felt so good. I don't remember feeling this good. Gosh, I don't even know if ever. And so it's been amazing. So I can look back at that beginning of the school year and think, wow, I did it. Like I really changed that story and I threw it out the window. So I want you to have joy within yourself. If there's something you don't like, fix it because when we're more joyful within, we can become a better person and then you'll be a better educator. So, we're going to talk about just all of the back to school and things to do, but I also want to encourage you to take a look inwards and like, where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be a year from now? Is it that same job? Is it that same classroom? Is it teaching the same age group? Or maybe you're thinking, I don't know if I can do another year. Maybe this is going to be your final year. Or maybe it's something personal like you're struggling with and you want to fix it. Just as you teach your kids, and just as you're about to dive in with your students, I want to encourage you today to dive into you. I'm reading a book right now, Go and Fuck Yourself. It's awesome. It's freaking good. It's just about the voices in our head. And we are not the voices in our head, right? And so if we believe those things, and we are those things. So it's a really good book. I highly recommend it. But we're going to talk about welcome to the new year. Let's get pumped up. It's back to school time. So, all you educators, first and foremost, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for showing up every day. Thank you for being dedicated and passionate to our next generation. They need you, they love you, and thank you for being you. So, setting up your classroom time, that is like my favorite thing to do. So, if you are a seasoned teacher and you've maybe been in your room for a long time, switch it up, change it up. It's always fun to like come into a classroom and it looks a little bit different, a little bit new. Maybe it's like throwing some more baskets in, maybe, I don't know, whatever it is. So, your classroom, it's so fun to set up your classroom. Maybe you also want to set up a space in your house for prepping or whatever. It's a great time to purge and organize and declutter because when we purge and organize and declutter, it starts us off the new year fresh. And I don't know, I think clutter is a big thing for like feeling stuck sometimes. So you want to make it look, you want colorful decorations, you want to organize your desk, you want your bulletin boards to be super cute. I personally don't like paper bulletin boards. I like fabric with ribbons. So, get in there and decorate your classroom, make it look so cute. And, you can do it on a budget. Facebook Marketplace is awesome. You can find a lot of stuff there. Hobby Lobby and Michael's have coupons with 40% off. So, yeah, it's just always fun. We want to sharpen our pencils. I remember just sitting there sharpening pencils. You get the books organized. So, like, looks are really important, just like the four senses I talk about is, you want to make your classroom look really, really cute. And then smell. How does your classroom smell? I know there's a lot of debate with the waxes. So, like essential oils, I have lemon, orange, lavender I use in my house. Use it in your classroom, get a diffuser. Smells are a really big thing. If you walk in your classroom and it doesn't smell good, I know that like hampers me. So, make sure your classroom looks good, smells good, and you have all your hands on. You should be super organized. Your curriculum should be hanging up or however your school does it. So it's just a great way to get your classroom super dialed in. How does it look? How does it smell? How is it going to feel when your kiddos walk in? Is it going to feel amazing, warm, and welcoming? Think about all of that. And then how are you going to structure your day this year? As human beings, it's good to grow. And so if you're getting stuck in the way you've done it, or maybe it didn't work last year, something we have to think about as educators is every year new kids come in, and every few years there's a different dynamic of kids. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I've noticed it. So we have to make sure we're teaching that we are meeting the needs of all of our students. So look at your structure, look at your schedule of the day, look at your curriculum. I think a lot of us educators get stuck in one thing. We have to realize kids are evolving. Things are evolving. So, what can you implement in your classroom that you will make sure that you are meeting the needs of all of your kids? Is there more music that you need to put in? Is there more sensory? Maybe more cooking projects? Maybe more painting? What is it that you think will meet all of your students' needs? And I just want to give you again a pep talk. So, as you are preparing your classrooms, your curriculum, your schedule, I want to encourage you to prep yourself. Do you need something new? Do you need a new hairstyle? Do you want to go and buy a new shirt? As educators, we give so much of everything to everybody else. But this year, I want to encourage you this back to school year, this 2024, 2025 year, can you make it your year to shine? Can you make it your year to feel the most joy you've ever felt in your life? Can you make it your year to feel the best that you felt in years, like my last year was? This was an incredible health journey for me, for someone who has had a lot of chronic things in their life. It has been a life-changing year for me, taking out gluten, walking, moving my body. It's been extraordinary. I mean, I was on melatonin for years. I don't even have melatonin now. It's been an extraordinary health journey for me, but I had to change that story. So, this back to school, I want you to have joy. I want you to have love. I want you to have peace. I want you to have hope and grace and excitement, not only for your students, not only for your curriculum, your classroom, how you set it up, but what about you? You deserve your best life. You deserve a life that you love. I have a tattoo on my arm. Love the life you live the life you love. So I would encourage you after you hear this, I wanted to pump you up for your new kiddos, for your new classroom, for all the fun. It's just exciting. I think it is probably the most exciting part of the school year is back to school time. So I want to encourage you to look inwards this year. Give yourself a gift. And as you pump love into your students, can you pump love into yourself? Can you start to love yourself? Can you wake up 30 minutes early in the morning and have you time? Journal, go over gratitudes, maybe go walk around the block just to move your body, get a little fresh air before you're in a classroom all day. Can you give yourself this year? So, in a year, when you're prepping your next back to school, you've had a life-changing year and you've gifted yourself more joy, love, peace, and harmony in your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, educators, from the bottom of my heart for what you do. We need more loving, kind, high quality, amazing educators in our next generation's life. So thank you, thank you, thank you for what you do. And cheers to an extraordinary, amazing back to school time and an extraordinary 2024 2025. Thanks for joining me. You can visit me at my website, thelovingstartway.com, and on my socials at The Loving Start Way. Wish it, dream it, do it. Have a beautiful week. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to hear this podcast. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the next episode. For more information on how to work with me, Miss Amber, visit me at thelovingstartway.com or follow me on Insta at The Loving Start Way.